wait for a couple of more minutes so that everyone joins, and then, as usual, we begin our AMA with lots and lots of to talk and what's going to be for the next 2 months and what's the future, or let's say, how are we going to end this year on a high or a low, everything. Yes, 2 more minutes, please. Okay, guys, let's begin. Um, as always, let's begin with Arsenal. We have been waiting for Arsenal moving to the second phase, which is Arsenal 2.0. So there was only one issue which created a lot of delay, which is the Wallet Connect 2.0, and we encountered a lot of problems from Wallet Connect team, and we couldn't get any assistance by the development team to our developers. But finally we got some lead, and we were able to solve by our own. And we today, we're testing it. I hope, if everything goes right, rest all things are done for Arsenal, and we are ready to get up and launch Arsenal 2.0. Excuse me. So yeah, it would see a lot of improvements in many ways, in the way of how, what are the game mechanics, or let's say gameplay itself. And on the Web3 side, there are a lot of improvements that are going to happen, and implementations, new implementations, like for example, weapons as NFTs, customizers as NFTs, etc. Before we go live, of course, we'll give out in detail what's coming out, and you'll be able to read a detailed article on our Medium so that you understand what's new with Arsenal. And I hope Arsenal 2.0 will also give a new gateway to many other things. Like, for example, we are setting up new, could say, external servers wherein, tournaments can be done on a larger scale. We're going to begin this with zero sum. I mentioned zero sum quite a lot of time now. So the integration part has begun. While Arsenal 2.0 is going to come, once that is done, we will prepare for zero sum to begin the tournaments, and it is going to be very nice. With Arsenal 2.0, we're going to also introduce or launch, let's say, seasons 2.0. Season 1.0 was a good one. I hope season 2.0 will be on a higher level and bigger participation, as we have seen a good influx of gamers coming onto Arsenal, which is nice. So this month was very nice for us, especially Arsenal. Now the most anticipated, uh, news is for many of them, when is Arsenal coming to iOS. So we applied for Arsenal to be on iOS. The application is pending on their side. They have to approve it. We do not know when the approval comes. It might take a week, 2 weeks, but hopefully as soon as possible. So once the approval is there, we'll have Arsenal on iOS, and we'll complete the full stack. Apart from the console part, we'll have Windows, Mac, uh, and Android and iOS. So that is something, even myself, I'm waiting for it to happen, because there are a lot of Apple users, and we really do want to give them a chance and capture them to our game. So Wallet Connect 2.0 is done, Arsenal 2 is coming, Seasons 2 is coming, and Arsenal on iOS is coming. So Arsenal is covered fully. Uh, Now we move on to H2O. So H2O, they were good enough feedback by the tester community. We took all of them, and a new build was delivered yesterday to the testing community. And we can only do to the testing community because every time there's an update, the Google has to approve it. So the testing build has to go in. Once they approve it, then the app goes live. So yeah, it is again with the on the Google Play Store. So while we are testing the app, and we are finding more things to improve. Let's wait for Google approval, and once that's approval, we'll have a new version of S2O with some upgrades and improvisations. Uh, and since we applied Arsenal iOS, we have also applied H2O iOS. So now H2O approval is also pending. Once that is done, we'll have H2O on Android and iOS. So which is again a cool thing. Now for H2O, there are a lot of things to do. If I'm talking about something technical, we are working on photon fusion. It's called, which allows more players to be playing at single time, so that it handles a larger player base, and that should be completed this week, because there are a lot of implementations in S2O where we are going to move the game uh, more than just racing. So there'll be a battle royal mode. We are planning to do it player versus player and team versus team. Where there's a big battle and you just choose your boats and try to destroy the enemy. Now, how do you destroy the enemy? So you need weapons, of course. So the weapons will also be designed. But when I'm talking about weapons, we have weapons in Arsenal. So we have the idea of universal NFTs. So basically, if let's say you're tired of using a weapon in the game Arsenal and you just want to get rid of it, either you can sell it, you can rent it, or you can take that NFT or you can take that weapon as an NFT into a different game. Let's say, for example, H2O, and you can upgrade the boat with this weapon, and mint your own unique boat and use it in the battle royal mode. So yes, so you can take the weapon from Arsenal, go to S2O, just use it over there. So that's an extra utility you'll get because of that your interoperability function within the games. Not new, but it's a cool thing, and that's the beauty about blockchain, that you can own the assets, you can take out from one game, and you can do whatever you want. So this is cool as well. People complaining about weapons not being not being how do I say, used, or not being uh, cannot rent. The renting part will also start after Arsenal 2.0. So things will be solved, hopefully for good. Fanbuild is getting ready for release next week. By next weekend, we test football. Football APIs are being integrated to the app, and yeah, a couple of tests during the weekends and more testing during the weekdays. Until Arsenal 2.0 is launched, we do more testing, and we try to tuning the app more, and we try to check for more bugs with the internal testing team feedback. And while we launch the app, it's already like way ahead of what we have planned, and we are planning for somewhere around mid of September, because Arsenal 2.0 probably should take a week or 10 days more for the release. So once that is done, we'll go for Fanbelt launch, and it's so very cool. I've been the most excited about it. And again, now the interoperability is between three games: Arsenal, H2, and Fanbelt. So how do we take a weapon from Arsenal and use it in Fanbelt? That we are going to see. It is not going to be a weapon. Probably it'll be any other consumable NFT or anything else. H2O, sorry, Fanbuild also has phases: phase one, phase two, many phases. Wherein in the later phases we are going to include NFTs which are going to be the real players, on-field players, and their achievements, many other stuff. I can talk about it, whole night about it. But yes, so during the launch of Fanbuild, you will also be able to uh, get access to Fanbuild white paper, which is very well detailed out, and you'll be able to read and understand about the game. Not only that, but you'll also understand what are the next steps. And there is a whole I would say category and classification of organizers. How do you level up? What benefits you get if you level up, and many stuff. So yeah, Arsenal S2 Fanville. I'm not going to talk about object today. We'll keep that for next AMA. Um, so yes, I think we began kind of a mild marketing start of this month, which did yield something cool, and we improved the strength of it in the first week of August, and we added more plants to it, and we deployed that plants that yielded something more. So I would say it was quite a successful month. It has still not finished. We have about 7 8 days left, and the plans are still on. We have to deploy the final plan for the week, and that is going to be a bit crazy, I think, because we haven't seen that much or that kind until now. So it has worked, and I've of course many of you have been complaining about when marketing, and because of the past experiences we were not doing. We have to market when the product is ready, because we are not a meme coin. uh, so yes, it's working, and we are going to continue the marketing efforts, new marketing plans for the month of September as well. The I would say the strategy, how we execute it, will be a bit different, because now we are absolutely targeting a whole new set of audience with Fanbelt. We also have to make sure that we do not miss out on our previous games. So yeah, the strategy improves and it gets diversified because of new games coming in. But the plan is intact. Uh, we are still looking into more plans to add to them. Hopefully, that will also get us something new. And if I can share my experience during the last 4 5 weeks, probably, I spoke to about more than 20 marketing companies in this time. Not I'm not talking about the years in the past, but in these 4 5 weeks. And we have realized, probably, we could begin, or we could uh, we could become a marketing company of our own. We could begin one, because the uh, yeah, it was so very effective in terms of budgeting and in terms of execution. We did fails again here and there, but yeah, overall it was nice one. Yeah, when I was talking to these companies, they were some of them did not actually believe when I told them the numbers. Any number, let's say, how much, how many. Yeah, and they were like, how did you even manage to do that? So that's something good if we are able to do in such tight budgets. I'm very sure when the bigger marketing plans um, are executed, that will give us something very very fruitful. So internally we felt very good that some of the prominent marketing companies in crypto are not able to pull off such stuff. And we'll keep researching and innovating in terms of marketing, and we will come up with something very very spot on and effective, especially for the gamers initially. And yeah, of course, no matter how much you do, no matter how much you try, uh, in the end everything is attached to the price action. So that is also in considered as one of the priorities, to improve the liquidity of the token on both dexes initially, and also try to improve the tvl total value logged on our defi platform, improve the NFT sales, get more exposure to our games, yes, etc., etc. So, nice. Let's see what happens in the month of September. I hope the success continues. Um, and I'll give you, there is this marketing plans which we have to pay for some services, like if you have to do advertisements, if you have to do PRs, etc. but there are some which we do not have to pay, and it gives wonderful results. And one of them is we are going to have, I do not know how many, probably 7 or 8 Twitter Spaces, and they are like kind of yeah, let me tell you the exact numbers. They're kind of very famous ones, and they are handled by a company which has done Twitter Spaces for Elon Musk, which has done Twitter Spaces for Mario Nafal and many other people out there. They get a good amount of quality audience on their spaces. So we'll be there in the end of August, the whole month of September, and we'll try to take it to October as well. So what will happen is this is absolutely free, and we are invited as guests. So we'll go on and we'll share our ideas of, basically it's much focused to Web3 gaming. So we are not there to talk more about what we do, yeah, why are we good, why are we better than this, blah blah blah. I think that is something is our inner space. But if we are going in public and talking, we should, I believe, we should talk about the broader perspective of, let's say, a larger set of Web3 gaming. Where is gaming going, and give all of them, a bit of, or good confidence that it's going to stay. Only then they're going to look into us. If we are not convincing them about Web3 gaming, how are they even going to come and look to us? So that's the idea. Attract quality and large base of audience with these spaces, so we can expect a whole lot of traffic, at least if not gamers, people who are eager or willing to understand and learn our platform. So I believe it's a complete ecosystem. We can not only sustain by gamers. Gamers need to have spectators. If you go to a stadium, and if let's say it's a soccer game or a football game, and if you do not have your fans looking at playing you do not get the motivation to play the game, or you do not play on a higher level. Similarly, if you do not have the players and if the stadium is full of fans, what are you going to watch? So in our case, I believe that is our community. It consists of gamers, it consists of traders, long-term holders, short-term holders, people who are looking into the project to buy it later, or I don't know, whatever. Everyone is welcome. So that's how I think we need to have that circulated community. Yeah. So good enough. Cool enough. I do not know what I have missed, but yeah, the one of the kind of a worrying factor, or what's been happening since now it's about 6 week. We still have the bridge issue. You cannot bridge the tokens from Polygon to BSC because the bridge is closed. And I understand, there's a lot of concern why it's not happening, and it's also a service fail, because we were dependent on a third party who were doing the bridging part for us. But please do not worry about can I buy tokens on the BSC side because the bridge is closed? I wouldn't get the token. No, no, no. There is no relation for your buys to the bridge. You can buy your tokens on Polygon and BSC, but I'm just wondering if you're thinking of you know trying to play with arbitrage, and I do not know what you want to do, but the bridge won't work. So please make sure that you plan ahead at least for a couple of months, because fixing this situation is a very, very big task for us. I can be honest and open about it. I do not want to hide it. It's not danger, it's not something that is going to harm us, but it is something that is going to cost us time and money. I'll give you an example. Let's say, for example, the simplest and the most effective, let's say, or the most secure idea is stop the current smart contracts, stop the well token, and we deploy a new token. Let's say X token, uh, and we provide the liquidities on the dexes. Now we have to airdrop. every token holder the new tokens, because the old ones are gone. They are not going to have any value. Now we have to go to the centralized exchanges. We have to tell them, oh, we have a new token. We have to pay for the swap fees. We have to pay for marketing in tokens, blah blah blah, etc. etc. There are many things. We do not have a problem with deploying a new token that could be done right away in 5 minutes, a standard normal token. But there are so many things attached to Welt. WELT is being circulated on Twitter, on all the social, on every platform that we have listed. Welt is something that we are attached to. So we are finding ways. Give us some time. You know, if there is no solution at all, then the solution is we just deploy a new token. So we'll come up with a new ticker. Let's do a community poll. The one which wins will choose that ticker, and we'll choose a new token. And now for the new token as well, we have to be very, very sure. And probably, it has happened in the past, right? We have had many, backlashes. We had some failures, but oftentimes it happened that that failure led to something very nice. Like, for example, when we got delisted from MEXA, it was a shock. But after we got delisted, that's when our token started moving up, because I don't know, yeah, that was something cool. So there are many, many. I would say there are many, many such instances, and I believe probably this bridge thing happening is also going to yield something good, because if we are going to deploy a new token, we can plan a new tokenomics, which is probably better than what we have now. We can also try to work on supply change. We can try to work on uh, the change that we want to be in. There are many, many parameters. So let's see. Uh, uh, we'll solve this together. It's not much of an issue. It happens, and it has happened a lot many times to many, many projects out there. But anyway, I think I've covered what I had to speak. Excuse me. Now let's take questions from your people. So I'll choose five of you. Probably, if out of five of you, I feel a couple of them the questions are not cool enough, then I'll choose a couple of more, and the best five questions will win 2,000 welt each. Yeah, and make sure that you have everything ready to ask. Please raise your hands if you want to ask, or it doesn't necessarily have to be a question. And in fact, I also say it doesn't necessarily have to be about Fabwelt. You can ask anything. So yeah, let me go for the first one. So it's Jericho. Hi Jericho, how are you?
Abhishek, good evening here. It's been a very while I used to come.
Ah, yeah, I
I
remember.
just
Yes.
I just missed one part here. Just yeah, the update regarding the deploying another token and changing the. That's why it's came.
Sorry. Change deploying a new token, and what was the second part?
Why generally? What is the basis? We
Why do we?
already we have
Yeah, why do we want to do that? Because we have about let's say half of the supply, current circulating supply on Binance Chain, right? So we have a bridging partner. We had a bridging partner, let's say. Now they are called as multi-chain, and previously they were called as any swap. So that's about 112 welt, sorry, 112 million welt locked in that vault, which is not accessible to anyone. So if we plan to continue the way we are with welt, that 112 million welt is going to go out of circulation, and we are going to lose 112 million welt. That's not a very big problem, but we again have to choose a new bridging partner, deploy a new contract on Binance Smart Chain. So that will affect bring kind of uh, probably negative effect on our tokenomics. So it is wiser or let's say beneficial for the community itself and for the team both that we deploy a new token with with the current tokenomics or maybe improved tokenomics and just airdrop the new tokens to every token holder that we have. Yeah, so that's basically the plan.
So in which chain the new token will be deployed?
I have been, yeah, so this is something we have been talking, but we came down to a conclusion that currently we have Polygon and Binance chain. So we are going to surely do Polygon and Binance chain. But of course, we have been thinking about cross chaining, and cross chaining is really very nice. So there is this new layer 2 solution of Binance Smart Chain, that's OP, BNB, or something like that. So we are testing. We have been invited by Binance Smart Chain to test their new layer 2 solution. There are about 200 projects which were invited. So we'll see how the performance is. Similarly, there are so many. Some are saying Mantle is good, some are saying Arbitrum is good, but I would say Polygon and Binance will be there for sure. Yeah, that's my answer.
What are your views about Ethereum chain?
Ethereum is, yeah, of course. With Ethereum, you can attract a large uh, set of audience. You can attract people with, higher or greater volumes. But now, if you're considering Ethereum, like our game play or game style is kind of a bit different, and we have, uh, I would say higher number of transactions if you consider, but otherwise you can keep it down as well. So yeah, I'm very sure there'll be hundreds of complaints about gas fees on Ethereum. But anyway, they can choose what they want to do. But yes, we also decided to do Ethereum. But during this time we were occupied with so many stuff and we did not go to Ethereum. But yeah, that should be also on the cards.
But I remember you used to talk about building your own chain.
Yes, I still talk about it. I talked about last week as well. We are building our own chain, and that will be, if that is a success and if that is going to give us, in terms of performance, something even if equal to the current chains, we would be, happily migrating all our games to our chain because then, you know, the chain is of course going to be decentralized, but we know that our future is in our hands, not in someone else's hand. Tomorrow, Polygon can go down. Like for example, there can be a solution which can kill Polygon, and by the looks of it, what I see, I do not like Polygon right now. So that's a big statement to say, but I'm not currently a fan of
I also
Polygon.
agree, to be very honest. I also agree with you. To see if the gas fees go down with the Ethereum, who will be who is going to use Polygon? Even Binance is also at maybe at in future in a risky state.
Binance is at what? Sorry.
Risk factor with matching and BNB as well.
Yeah, if I see him, BNB is performing better than Polygon for me. Yeah, so that's there. We have 2022 has given us a good lesson of anyone and anything can go down in the space. So it's better to secure ourselves with everything, and this is why we are trying to not depend on any partner for the most important major stuff. Like AnySwap was the biggest bridging company out there. Binance acquired them for 60 million, and yeah, so if they can go down, if Luna can go down, if FTX can go down, anything can go down. So that's the idea. Building a chain if we have to build a simple blockchain, it's just matter of couple of months to launch the test net, and let's say more 3 4 more months to go on to mainnet with medium security. But we are not trying to, there are now many blockchains which have this basic functionality. We want to do something different, which is kind of um, it has um, it is going to remove um, the issues that we face from current blockchains. So if we are able to achieve that, then that should be wonderful to our gaming ecosystem coming in the future.
We will discuss about the new tokenomics. I am very agree with you with the tokens which are locked at swap. The tokens are of no use actually. But my
Yeah.
second
So
question is about the scalability of the belt. Right now, you guys are deploying very nice games, but till there, is there any utility which can be used by any other developer that can make games like they are using Gala and Sandbox? When
oh yes, so
Fabwelt is going to be
you mean indie developers or third party developers who can deploy on our ecosystem and use Weld, correct?
yeah.
Yeah, so we have received a lot of requests regarding that, and it's simple. They just want to share revenue, or there are other ways to collaborate. But uh, currently, we did not entertain. I mean, we considered it, we respected it, but we would want to finish some part of ecosystem by ourselves, and probably could say in about 2 3 years, or I don't know, let's say 2 3 years, we could call ourselves as uh, I'm using this word, please do not bash me later, but experts of gaming on blockchain. Then we will understand that if we are taking any third party clients, indie developers, or anyone who wants to collaborate with Weld, we exactly know where things can go wrong. There are many experiences we had with our games as well. With Fanbuild, we had about 2 years of nightmares. It was horror for me. Uh, so, like, if a game comes in and if we take in, and let's say after some time it fails miserably, so that is going to affect our reputation in terms of the industry and the community. The community trust will go down. So, yeah, first we have to make sure that we are good enough to judge someone who is coming to us. So, and after that, of course, everyone is welcome. And in fact, that is going to be much easier than doing a game ourselves in the future.
Thanks, man. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Jericho. Have a good day. Okay, nice one. That was nice, man. Good. So, there's a guy who is asking when rich, when Lambo. Let's take him. It's Adityo. Adityo. Yeah.
Hi guys, can you hear me?
Yes. Hi.
Okay.
How are you?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. How about you?
Nice, nice. Good, man. Yes.
My question is, do you have plan to build a community governance ecosystem and launch a DAO? If yes, how does the Fabwelt governance structure work? Do the token holders have the right to participate in the governance of the project?
Yeah, that's wonderful. I thank you that you bought this. What I was missing, when I mentioned, deploying a new token can lead to new tokenomics. When we did it with Feld, we really did not, um, consider governance or DAO, which is an important factor, and that is a kind of magic to the community to be part of the project. So we were considering it since a long time, but the new token deployment can help us ease it. But also, if I would, you know, That is something which requires a bit of good attention and a bit of good categori- categorizing on how, different levels and stuff like that. Even if you do that, the development part of it, according to current tokenomics, was taking us good amount of time. So, we are not, let's say, 1,000 employees or 10,000 employees currently. We are I would say, a small size company, right? And the ideas, if we sit, if the core team sits for a couple of hours, we can generate hundreds of ideas. I'm being generous, but to implement them is something what is important. So I would say, if the new token deployment is going to happen, DAO is going to be mandatory, and we will have surely governance for the community, and we'll allocate that and consider it.
Okay, okay, thank you. That's great. Can't wait for that. Thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
thank you. Good day.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go with Blue Whale. Hi, Blue Whale. How are you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So my question is, regretting about the current market situation is too unstable, holding back investor. So can you give me some good reason why I should buy your token in the current market situation, and also why should your token holder keep holding?
Uh, I'm trying to understand if I should
Can you repeat the
answer this
question?
question or allow this question. But yeah, I will answer your question because uh, why you should hold, why you should buy. This is
Yeah,
the
yeah.
basic or the fundamentals of the project, and you can see. I mean, history will tell you. Uh, History is the roadmap until now. We rarely missed. I know we did miss few points, but a lot of points were covered with our roadmap. So that's a promise that we make, make to our community, to, let's say, our partners, that this is what we are going to do, and please take a look into what we are doing. Yeah, as I said, we missed a few, unfortunate sometimes, and sometimes our mistake, but we did come a long way since about 2 years. So that is one of your reason that we are not, staying still. And I would say probably 90% of the times we have been fair. Sometimes it's just the situations which doesn't allow us, but that doesn't adversely or have a very big effect on the community or the project itself. Apart from that, the idea of doing these good games, I think we are on the right track. There are games which take probably 5 6 years to develop in the current scenario as well. I just went through a game which is brilliant. I mean, it's a Web2 game. They spent about $200 million. They're developing since 6 years, and plan to release next year. I do understand, big games, good concept games require good amount of time, but our games comparing to what is there on the chain are comparatively good ones. So we have now about two, three, let's say by the next year, we should be having three, or nearing to three. And by the end of this month, we are promised to have four at least. So that's one thing. We have talked about. Someone talked about gala games. You can take any one out there. This scale of games, I don't think no one is there. There's Nakamoto games with 12, but the games are pretty like easily doable games. Such games can be launched in every 3 4 weeks. So that's another thing, and more. I think, brother, you have to read and you have to follow a little bit more, because for you to get confidence, because time is something a very powerful weapon. If you give time, you'll get a lot of answers. I hope I answered you.
Yeah, can I ask one more question?
Yes, please.
Okay. What security measures do you offer investor to ensure money in safe hand?
What security measures? Sorry.
What security measures do you offer to investor money in safe hand?
I'm not getting the last part. Sorry.
Okay, okay.
To
Repeat my question. What security measures do you offer investor to ensure our money in safe hand?
okay, I understand. Oh, money in safe hands, right? Correct, correct, correct. Now I get your point. Whew. Okay. So your first question and second question is almost the same. So you're asking, how is your money safe if you're investing in us? So that's exactly related to my first question. That you have to follow, you have to see the roadmap, and you have to look out for what's good, what's bad, and all the good stuff. Mostly the main ones I've told you, and I think yeah, that's about it. That's my answer.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Good day. Okay, let's go for the third question. Hmm, I would go with Pablo. Yes, nice name. Hi, Pablo. Oh, Pablo left. Okay, let's go with Vishal.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Okay. Sorry, Vishal, you have to wait. Yes, yes, Pablo, I can hear you.
Thank you. So my question is, I just want to ask, what do you think is the best strategy that you can bring more user into your project?
Mm-hmm.
And what makes you feel confident about the survival and scalable success in the near future?
Okay, yeah. So users are the most important thing, and that's everything for a gaming or a crypto project. Um, yeah. We have been trying to crack and understand a lot of theories, a lot of practical stuff happened in the past. Now a lot of people do blame Axie of not being a good game, but they did very brilliantly with their financial structure. Though it was not very cool, but it was very advantageous for many people, and that's why they were able to attract millions. And their strategy began from Southeast Asia, where they acquired good amount of players from many countries. They began with Philippines. That's how Philippines became a hotspot and hub for play to earn games. So, but the strategies change, and there's a difference between a leader and follower. A leader is the one who innovates. So we do look into case studies, but rarely do we follow. We try to do something new. When you're trying to do something new, seldom it happens that it is a hit, and you have to keep on doing. So we are doing few steps for getting new users. So one of them is improve the products. So I have this is in my entire life it has been the story that when I use or when I experience a good product, I go and tell to my friends that I have this so and so product is nice, and they buy, they use it or not, but at least they know about it. So probably sometime in the future they do. It also depends on how valuable your opinion or feedback is to them.
Hello, I have one question about fabric belt is pumping on.
Yeah, sorry guys, I have to remove him.
It's okay, sir.
Uh, okay, so yeah, so improve the products. Just keep working on the product. That without even knowing, there will come a boom or influx of user acquisition. It comes with the product being good, but it is the world of marketing currently, and this era is era of marketing. Even with medium, quality products, people have done much better than high quality products. So we have to make sure that we are marketing to the right people, we are marketing the right way. So I just explained in the entire AMA that we did something this month, and it gave us. See, it's very important of cost of acquisition. How much are we spending and how much are we getting back? And we had probably unbelievable, numbers. I'm being really honest about it. So once the capital is improved in terms of marketing, I'm very sure we are going to get in large numbers, which we did actually in the very beginning in 2021 end and 2022, but we failed miserably because our products were not reaching the audience, because our audience is web to gamers, and those people are very, very reluctant in terms of the product design or the product quality. So yes, so basically that's the plan.
Very, very nice project. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Pablo. Have a good day. All right. So let's go with. I was just watching Breaking Bad, so I'll go with Gustavo. Yeah. Hi, Gustavo.
Hello guys, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How are you?
I'm good. So I have a question about the revenue and profit. What are the ways that Fabwell generates profit and revenue to maintain your project, and what is it revenue model, and how can it
Mhm.
make benefit win-win to both investor and Fabwell project? Did you get my question?
Yes, yes, yes. I got your question. It's in fact
Okay, great.
something we should talk about, and we should talk about every day a lot. I did not talk about it during these questions, but it is one of the most important thing of in terms of user acquisition, in terms of sustainability, everything. How you plan your business model, how are the monetization, techniques. It's really very important. So it is very, very hard. This is plain, and this is understood by everyone in the space. It is really very hard to come down to zero. Zero means in terms of what the supply is and what the demand is, and you even out. Mostly, most of the projects are in negatives, and let's say many projects die out during the bear market is because the supply is much larger than the demand. So what happens is that it gets degraded very fast, and they go more negative, and that's the token economy crashes. So um, so we have to balance that out and to come up. We have to make sure that we put the weight on the demand by improving the revenue model. And in our case, it's more or less, I would say, decent enough. It's not the best, it's not the worst, but the deployment or the development of more games gives us chances to think in a different way of how we can improve the utility and revenue models in every game that we can play on with VET. So that is something which is, but also not for you people to be blinded by the fact that more games is giving us more utility for sure, but we have to make sure that more games will give us more players, so more players are going to play and earn as well. So yeah, I'm just not trying to keep you in the dark. Yeah, and then it might come as a shock or something wrong when you know the truth. So it's both ways. There'll be let's say token being going out of the system and coming into the system. So again, we have to make sure that the demand increases. So that's what we're trying to do with every game, and not only the gaming stuff. There'll be many other things added as branches, which will improve the use cases of Wealth. wherein these branches will make sure that it is more of incoming of tokens and there is very little outgoing. So that branches are going to hold the internal ecosystem, which is the gaming part. And we will not be much worried about if there is an imbalance of let's say the economic of the token because of, let's say, bear market, and there are a lot of players which are taking a lot of rewards. So yeah, I would say that's about it.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Also have the second question about the game. How do you deal with user who are trying to cheat and want to exploit the reward? Does
Oh, that's
do you have
yeah.
also cheat detection system?
Yes, yes, of course. That's something which is priority within our gaming ecosystem. It's not that cheating hasn't happened; it has happened. We try to protect it, try to prevent it, but sometimes, yeah. So there are a lot of things, to to for security. There is we need reaction time. So reaction time can be sometimes larger in numbers, and which leads to probably the players or the gamers being uncomfortable. So now, if I take an example, earlier times, when e-commerce started, returns of the product was a big headache. Like, if I get a product, if I don't like it, if I have to return it, either there was no return, if I remember correctly, or the returns were so very difficult that I had to mail them. I have then they will respond me after a week, blah blah blah, so many stuff. But eventually what happens is, it gets optimized over a period of time. They come to better solutions and more secure solutions. That is what is happening within our gaming ecosystem as well. Currently, the reaction time is higher. There were new gamers. There was a whole Turkish community coming and asking us, why do we have to wait 5 days to withdraw our token. So that is also a security measure, because oftentimes we have seen new players who are coming are mostly, I mean, let's put it in this way, my bad, the hackers who are trying to hack are mostly new players. The players we have had since long time, we know they are playing, and rarely we do see hacking happening from them, or a security breach. So these new players, we make the system secure by giving them a firewall wherein uh, like the example of withdrawing tokens, you need the account to mature for 5 days, and if the hacker is trying to do something wrong, 5 days is more than enough for us to identify that something is wrong with this account or with this gamer, and we ban them. So that's something. So we are trying to improve that reaction time. We came from 10 to 5. Now we are planning from 5 to 48 hours. We will see. We just implemented a new system wherein we understand and we see, stats and any security threats faster than before. So yes, it will just keep on improving over time, and the optimization will reach to a level where the reaction time will go to the lowest.
Okay, thank you for answering my question.
Yeah.
Have a nice
Thank
day.
you very much. Yeah. You too. Bye.
Question.
Okay, so I'll take the last question. Vishal, I'm not going to take your question. I'm sorry. Yeah. So the last question. Let's go to. Okay. We take from V-Man. Okay. Hi, V-Man.
Hi, Mr. Abhishek. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. How are
Yeah,
you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much. First of all, congratulations. I exactly spoke to you 1 year back, and whatever you guys have promised, you guys have made it. So,
Okay.
congratulations to you and the team.
Yeah. Thank you.
My first question is that, like, what is the roadmap for it? Because I've been a little bit away from the project for some personal reason. Now I'm back.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to know, like, what we are expecting this month and next month, and
Uh-huh.
what all is
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I don't see any
Uh,
roadmap.
so
It has
so
mentioned 2024 roadmap will be there soon. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we are going to. Oh, yeah. Thank you very much. You asked this question. I literally forgot. We'll have our new website launched this week.
Okay.
Um, yeah, somewhere. I do not know. I mean, we finished it. We are just looking to optimize it better so that the loading time is going down and it loads much faster. So let's say, yeah, new website is coming up because we have had a lot of complaints from the YouTubers, from the community itself, that the current website is not good enough for the project
Hmm.
to go to higher market cap. I don't understand the relation between it. Because if I look at Amazon's UI is absolute shit, but still, anyway, we take the community feedback and we develop a new one. And I hope, according to our internal team and internal community members, they say the website is nicer, much so this will have roadmap for 2024. You can have a look, but I'll give you an idea. it
Hmm.
it more or less hasn't changed from last year. The idea is to develop more games again, and we'll keep on deploying new category of game. So that is one line which is going to go through the years, through decades, that more games are going to come. And but it will now involve, every game will have its roadmap. So in the main roadmap, you will see Arsenal 2.0 coming, H2O 2.0 coming, like, for example. So every game will also have an upgrade, because, like, for now, H2 is in a very kind of basic level. That's very basic stuff to do, and every time we push a new upgrade, H2 will have something new, like how Arsenal did previously. With that, we are working on. Oh yeah, I get again forgot one thing because of your question. I remind myself that we are
Yep.
coming up with a new marketplace, and that is going to be fully packed with all the features, everything. I mean, the renting part, you will be able to rent, you will be able to stake, you will be able to buy, sell, you'll be able to mint everything, like whatever you can imagine, and that is much needed, because now we do not want to go to any third party and get us wrecked or whatever. So this is one thing. New NFT marketplace is coming. I don't think it's going to come this month. I would say it's done. They are fixing the GUI, but I can give you an update on the main TG. And with this, after the website is done, the full stack development team will work on Gamers Portal, which is long due since some time, and Gamers Portal is now very much needed because we'll have more games. So there'll be there will be diverse gamers. I'm very sure there'll be a set of gamers who are going to play only fan build. So we have to have a platform wherein you're able to look at and understand what your statistics are, what your history is, what you're holding, what are your NFTs, yeah, many stuff. So that is something big we are going to work on.
Okay.
And next year we will see the commencement, and we'll start uh, that. I said this year also, but it's something huge task than expected. Like the blockchain, as I said, if we have to do a normal blockchain, a basic one, it's just a couple of months of time to deploy the testnet. But this is something that we are working on a very, very detailed level. So next year is something we can see commencement of it. Yeah.
Okay. My last question is that, when we can expect in iOS version.
Yeah, so we have applied. We have applied for listing of iOS, Arsenal, and H2O both, and also Fanbuild, all the three. So it all depends on when Apple approves it. If Apple is approving tomorrow, Arsenal is on iOS tomorrow, and H2O is on iOS tomorrow. But I think it'll take a week or two. So it is nice also, because when Arsenal 2.0 is going to come, Arsenal iOS should come with it. So yeah, the timing will be perfect. I think, yeah, the wait is over. It's just a matter of approval.
Thank you so much, Mr. Abhishek. Then, so looking
Yeah,
forward to it, and all the best.
yeah. Thank you, man. Great to see you back in 1 year. That's what keeps
Thank
us
you so much.
motivated.
Thank you so much. You guys are
Yeah,
doing amazing. Yeah. Yeah.
thank you. Have a good day. So yes, guys, we have reached our, I would say, end of AMA. That was something brilliant, brilliant discussion, brilliant questions, and I would meet you people in 2 weeks on Twitter. Let's light up the space. I thank you very much for giving very valuable time to me. And let's stay in touch. Let's have some fun in our channels. And please do take care. Be safe. Let's meet again. Thank you very much. Yeah. Bye bye.